Are you here?
Nope. I'm just brushing. I'm fine.
Patty, can we start with you as the original member of the group?
All
Or
of us
the
are.
founder member?
All of us
And
are
the
original.
person, well, I mean, the whole group is formed around you, basically, Patty LaBelle and the Bluebells. Can we go back that far?
If you want to, but if you do, you really want to, or would
Please.
you rather?
Please,
Okay,
for a bit
okay.
of background,
All right.
you know, how it all started.
Okay, it started in 1961.
61.
In America. Yeah, in Philadelphia. Sarah and Nona were singing in a group in Trenton, New Jersey called the Del Capris. Myself and Cindy Birdsong were singing in a group called the Elm Tones, or Dead. And 2 girls from my group left and 2 girls from Nona and Sarah's group left. And we had a manager in Philadelphia who combined the 4 of us together and took us to Halby Robinson to record our first record, Until Mars to the Junkman.
1961. I've been listening to you for a long time, but I didn't realize it was that long.
Oh, yeah, we're some old chickies. Really, really old. 1961. And then after that, we went out to do shows in like bars, grills, any place that we could work to establish Patti LaBelle and Bluebells. The Apollo Theater, any place. California, London, Germany, every place, just to get our thing across and try and make some money, because the first record was I Sold My Heart to the Junk Man, and we didn't make any money from that because we were ripped off.
Really? Even though it was a big hit?
It was a very big hit for the manager and the record company. They really got money from it, you know. We were really like young, because we started when we were about 14, and we didn't know the business end of it. So therefore we were set up to be taken, you know. They saw us and they bumped our heads. They said if you see a sucker bump, it's dead.
Yeah.
So they saw 4. So we would go out and we would try to make money on the road, and we worked a lot. We always worked. And we always did the same thing for like 8 years, the same thing, and we weren't going any place. So after we went through Patti LaBelle and Bluebells and were at like the end, not the end that we were about to go crazy or anything, but just at a standstill. We were having like a lot of bad problems with management. So our friend Vicky came from London to see us, you know, just as friends, because we were friends a long time ago, because we used to do her TV show in London called Ready, Steady, Go. Yeah. So we became friends after that, and we would correspond a lot. So she would know exactly what was going on with our business, because, like, you know, we would talk a lot on the phone, and we would tell her, well, it's not too heavy, it's this and that, and it's bad. So she said, well, I know some people with money who are interested. Kit Lambert and Chris Stamp, the managers of The Who. And so they had bread, and Vicky had potential as a manager, no bread. So she got them to invest in us, and they did. And the 3 of them got us, like, on the road to success, in a sense, because we changed our name to LaBelle. We changed our image, we changed our song, we changed our everything, and became what we are now. And that's, you know, because Vicky saw that as a black female group, we shouldn't be doing what we had been doing, because it was taking us nowhere, and there weren't no other black females doing rock, political statement songs, or, you know, just coming out and saying what you felt and what was really on your mind, other than saying, I love you, baby. Everybody knows that's on somebody's mind. You love something or somebody, you know that. But no women were coming out saying that Nixon is kicking everybody in the butt, or, you know, just the system is messing up. So we started saying it, and it also brought out Nona's potential as a writer, as when we changed to LaBelle, because she writes, you know, most of the material we do now. And when we went to London for 3 months to, like, become LaBelle, we found out that Nona was a writer and that Sarah was also a writer. And just found out everything about us there in the 3 months, and we became better people and women. Because as Patti LaBelle and Bluebells, we were babies, dumb babies. Now we're old, smart women. Now you got it from there.
When Cindy left, did you try to find a replacement for her at all?
Yes.
And what made you decide to become a trio then?
Oh.
You know?
We couldn't find him. We had about six auditions from different people. And the last audition was a drag queen. And it was funny, but after we heard him sing, and we said, no, it's funny, you know, we really are going too far. We just over and over trying to find somebody, and after we had a few rehearsals ourselves after that, we found that we really didn't need it.
Plus, we made more money.
That's true. So why don't two get together on one? Get more money
No,
that
we
way?
like the 3.
What did he say?
Why do the two of us get together and put one out?
Oh.
We like the three. Three is a good number, you know.
Was it Vicky that made you decide to settle in London to form this
Yes.
new group? What has London got?
Well, it's being away from the States. You know, you weren't caught up in what everyone else was doing away from home, so we had to really work at what we were trying to do. And this is out of rat race, away from those bad managers and, you know, people who could influence us.
True, but there is no black music scene.
Well, we took our
in
piano
London.
player with us. But and musically, it separated us from the music culture in America and places in the music culture in England, which is totally different. You know, and it allowed us to take in, like, metamorphosis. We were reborn because we added something to our music, which is the English flavor and the sense of thinking lyrics. Since you don't have to say the sky is blue and tomorrow it will turn pink. You can say the sky is blue, but it's going to be a mushroom. It's different.
Are we
You
more?
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Are we more expressive then?
Yes. I mean, if you want to talk about expression, if you deal with Shakespeare, most Europeans are more expressive because they use a higher form of the English language. It was there first. American language is very basic and simple because so many people are there. They break it down to everyone. You know. So getting us away from the typical culture that we were living in and giving us more of a substance. We took that on into our personalities and into what we were singing about. Before we didn't know what we were singing about. Now we do know what we're singing about because it's coming from us and there are new words. I mean, the European countries are more sophisticated in the sense that they do know what their social and political problems are. They get involved. They fight for them. They change them. They'll make it something new. Whereas Americans will sometimes sit down and accept what's happening because it's not bothering them. They're comfortable.
You make me feel very happy. I just came in here as another guy from the British Isles, so it's really something special.
No, it's true. I mean, it's very true, you know. And they have the sense to take a word, take words poetically and write them down as true feelings, even though they're words that maybe some people don't understand, and they say, they're above my head, But they're very simple. Shakespeare is very simple. He's talking about love,
You'll never
life,
convince
and
me.
death. It's very simple, really. But Americans are so simple that they're crass, in a sense.
You surprise me. Really good.
Well, that's my feeling about it. And that's what we got from coming to England. There was a sophistication in it.
Good, that's fine. You've had a fantastic success at the Metropolitan Opera House in New York. First black group to appear there. What was it like just to get the invitation in the first place? Did it mean anything?
Well, it came from Vicky, actually. She saw, we never would have thought of going performing in the Metropolitan Opera House.
No.
And Vicky said, you used to play the Metropolitan Opera House. She saw the zoo there, and she said, why can't LaBelle play? So she talked to Ron Delson. Didn't you get his name? They'll kill you. And he said, okay. And we got the two of them got to stay there. And the people from the Met, And we started doing this listening, working toward it, and rehearsing, doing the show for it. It was like a production number that we do now in all of our shows. It was nice to know that we were accepted in what is considered the pinnacle of the music industry, for a performing place, and being LaBelle in America not really meaning anything, and being accepted in that place where you see Othello or something performed, and accepted very well because even the stage hands were, they were really nice to us, and I guess because we were nice to them or real to them, So it was fantastic that they accepted us in there. And I said, not that I don't think we should have been. I think we should have been because we're new and we can sing and we have talent and we can sing. And we also went in professionally. It was a big step because we took our own sound and lighting crew we have our own stage manager. And people, you know, we knew what we were doing and how we wanted to set the show up. So I guess they kind of respected that coming from women.
Have other black groups played there now?
No. It was oh, that's nice. It is a major step good.
And it's not something that has happened before.
Well, it had happened to two pop
Ray
groups.
Brumley, I mean, and that's opera.
Well, the Who had been there,
Yeah.
with, Melanie,
I know.
and then
But they weren't black.
Sydney become the first black group.
Mm-hmm.
How did it feel to you personally, Patty, when Vicky first said change the name of the group? I presume it was Vicky's idea, was it? And suddenly it was no longer Patty LaBelle, it just becomes LaBelle.
Yeah, it bothered me, not because the Patti LaBelle would be taken away, but the Bluebells as well, because I always knew that people would relate to us and remember us as the Bluebells if we ever got any success, and that our friends from before, if we ever became famous as LaBelle or famous as a bottle of Cavassier, they wouldn't know that that was the Bluebells from 1961. And I'm a very sentimental person, so I didn't want to change the name, nor did I want to change the song, nor did I want to change the dress, nor did I want to change anything. It doesn't hang me up with the names being changed, because I'm Patty and I'll always be Patty. And names don't hang me up. If people call me Lucy, it's fine because I know who I am. People can ignore me, but I know who and what I am. So that didn't bother me at all. You know, me losing the front title.
Despite the fact that you've been around for years and people knew you, the name Patti LaBelle was famous.
It was, did it bother, say that again? I didn't hear you.
We have been around for years, that's Patti LaBelle. Suddenly you've got to go back to square one.
LaBelle.
And start afresh.
It's that, the only thing that bothered me is that I didn't think that friends would remember us. And, like I said, it doesn't bother me what I'm called. That doesn't matter at all. And, it's just, it's there. And they're going to see us, and they might remember us, and they might not. But now I've grown to the fact where, nothing like that hangs me up. It's trivial. It's, not trivial. It's nothing. It's nothing. As long as you go out there and do your gig, it doesn't matter who and what you are. Or if they say Patti LaBelle was up there doing it, they could have said that Aretha Franklin was up there doing it, and I'll smile and say, yeah, I was. I mean, maybe you're going to understand me, but it doesn't bother me. I could break it down
It
that
makes
way.
you very modest, certainly.
I think
It does?
down
Well, it
to
must do.
knowing what to do.
I don't feel that it's only thing I don't feel that it's important. That's all. I don't feel it's important because a lot of people have hang-ups about that. And like I said, maybe if it had happened a longer time ago, I probably might have had that hang-up. But as we changed to LaBelle and saw what it was, after I saw what it was, it didn't bother me. When we first, like when Vicki said, like you said, when she first said, okay, there's going to be a change in name, and a change of song, and a change of dress, she said this all in one sentence. Now, had she just said that there's going to be a change of name, I might have said, okay. I'll go along with it, but when she said the four together, I said, no way. No way. But that's what I'm saying. The name problem doesn't hang me up. It was just the whole initial shock of everything being told to me at once that freaked me out. So I fought her like hell.
How did she sell the whole idea to you?
How did she say it?
How did she sell it?
Sell it? She didn't sell it. She just came out and told me. No, she didn't. She came to me one day and she was saying, love is, she says love a lot. I see a change in the group. You should, try this and you should try that and you should try that because I think it would do that if you try because nobody's doing it. So what do you think? So, like I said, she said the four at once. So I freaked. I said, no way. No way. She wanted me to go into boots and knickers and sing about making love early in the morning and about things that I just never thought about doing.
Making love early in the morning.
It's a song called Morning Much Better. Sure. And then after I sang it on stage, I realized that it was natural because I do it. But I said I could never sing about it. And when we sang it the first time, I really got a good feeling behind it because it was what I was. What I was. It was what I was. So, I was glad I lost the battle. But the whole thing of the name, which you asked me, didn't bother me at all.
Yeah, a lot of people are afraid of
not just change, but they're afraid of not getting recognition.
even though they're working with maybe 20 other people to make something success, you know. They're afraid that they're not going to be the one who say gets the medal or can stick their chest out and say, hey, it's mine, you know. But as we work, you know, everybody contributes something. Everybody knows what their good thing is that they contribute. I mean, like between Sarah and I, we know that Pat has the best voice in the group. I would never stand up and doubt it because I know it, you know. And I know that Sarah has the best high voice in the group because she never gets hoarse and she's always there to hold us up if somebody else can. I know that I can contribute vocally whatever I can. I can contribute writing whatever I can, you know. So between the three of us, each one of us knows, and we know that the three things put together makes another entity, which makes the bell. And if one of us walk away from it and turn our backs and say, hey, I want my two over here and you get yours over there, you know, then that's taking away from the thing that we're trying to make. And that's when a lot of people don't understand that, you know, being a part of the wheel makes the wheel turn.
You're getting very deep. You always get deep like this and serious.
That's my conversation.
What happened to Lady Marmalade at Christmas? When it was released? Yeah, that's when it was first released in England.
In
England? Yeah.
Well, it was released, and I think they had a few problems with getting it played on the radio because I think most English people living in England do know some French, and they understand what it meant. Right? Whereas in America, as I said, most Americans don't know French. I didn't know it. You know? So in England, it came out, and I think they got squashed, and there wasn't the right amount of effort put into the song. You know? And it just sort of got lost in the shuffle. It was lost. You know,
It's too because the English are very, they don't want to hear it.
Yes.
You know, because people in Paris understood it, but they wanted to hear it. Just that the English people they just didn't want to be bothered with what we wrote because you were coming to the point of what was happening and they don't want to hear it.
I wonder why it's picking up sales now.
I think
Is it because of the concert?
It's picking up now because of the concert and because
I didn't know it was picking up
involved in
It
it.
is?
Yes.
It is?
People
What?
involved in it are taking it and saying, you know, taking it to the right place. Before it was sort of like thrown to the public and said, there, it's on a platter, either you like it or you don't like it. This time they're taking it to the people, it's directed to certain people where they know can accept it and can accept the fact of a prostitute or a hooker or a woman of reason. And so you're getting different people who will bring in the average person who may stay outside and say, oh no, I don't want to touch that because it's really dirty, you know, I don't want to touch it. But once they see certain other people catching on to it, they'll say, oh, well, that's happening right now, I'll join this club. So that's what's happening.
Did you write the song? You didn't?
Yeah, I wish I had. No, Bob Crew and Tim Nolan.
Oh, it's a Bob Cruz song?
Yeah.
Oh. It's not really his style. As
Well,
we
it
know it.
wasn't. Yes, it was basically Kenny Nolan, I think, who did it.
Bob had the words and Tim was the music.
So I think it's probably why. They also recorded it.
Yeah, we rearranged it though. It wasn't the same way that we
The 11th hour.
Yeah,
I see.
and we put our own arrangement to it.
You got the beat.
Yeah, we took it's a different beat, different arrangement altogether. Only thing, well, basically some of the melodies still there.
It's still, yeah. You know, I keep trying to remember
What is
how
how
it
it-
went. Yeah. I in my head, I
The
keep trying to
melody.
remember the, yeah.
It was basically the same.
Yeah, but I can't remember it in my head how it
melody,
went.
but the chords
And also the vocal.
you know,
Much
because when we sing the harmony part, it sounds different than the way they sing the harmony part. Because sometimes you can add 7, 11, or 9 to a chord, basic chord, change the tone, so that's just an hour.
Plus with Alan Toussaint producing it, it had to have a funky
Yeah.
right. flavor. I mean, fantastic flavor.
This is
That
very
wasn't,
pop.
you know, there.
Yeah, it was
I
light.
can't remember how
light
it-
sound.
There's a very more
But it's
avant-garde.
Very distinctive.
Possibly.
No.
I haven't heard it.
This is what middle of the road.
It wasn't
Really?
strong at all.
It was like,
It was a joke.
yeah, I'm trying to think of a group that I could tell you so that you could.
Because he changed it.
You ever heard the
I remember it
Chipmunks?
now.
Yeah.
Right, that's what it sounded like.
It sounded like the Chipmunks. You know, Chipmunks used to be on TV.
Alvin and Friends, yeah.
Right, that's what it sounded like. The guy's voice was that,
Yeah.
like that high and really,
I remember that.
like a voice you wouldn't think was earthly,
Yeah.
you know?
I know what you mean.
And we really could have made it very low and funky.
Very cool.
Yeah,
This is probably why it's taking off in England now. I would imagine that all the discotheques are playing it.
yeah, it's a
Mhm.
good
song.
That's
It
what
is.
happens in England. They miss the fact that, as in America, songs are being broken in discotheques, where people have the choice of choosing what they want to dance to, what they want to hear, rather than disc jockey saying, you listen to this and you dance to that, you know? And I think England hasn't gotten to the point yet where they were taking songs that were really hot in discotheques and making them singles.
Over the
English
past,
radio is very
so
far
much.
behind.
It's very complex.
very, very.
You know, and
Because-
I don't know whether it's right to say it on this thing, but they're into music that was happening in the 60s,
Yes.
you know?
And also, they'll put a pop or a rock song on with an interview from the nurse's home or something like
No,
that.
I mean, like,
You know, the radio shows is not like an hour of this or hour
to
of
play
that.
their live and to play the same night
Yes,
on the
quite.
same show.
Right.
To me, you know, I mean, I like
Mhm.
variety, you know, but you don't get that varied.
We're starting to get that now. We've got local radio
Mhm.
in England now, where you have specialist programs, and they will devote a full hour to La Belle or Wishbone
Yeah.
Ash or Led Zeppelin.
Or songs in
But-
that category by different artists.
Yes.
You know?
But on BBC Radio as a whole,
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, they try to please everybody all the time,
Yeah.
and they
But-
fail.
The thing about it is that most music, progressive music, is for kids.
For the most part, yes.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, because most older people
They
aren't
buy
going to listen
records
to
anyway.
the Stones, aren't going to listen to Elvis, you know, maybe some.
Or they might listen to Elvis.
Yeah, but that's it's a bad example.
Yeah.
But they're not going to maybe listen to the Osmonds or, you know, or the Jackson 5. You know, but the kids are listening to it and they're buying it. So the music should be geared toward the kids, you know, because that's what's keeping it live. It's making it for tomorrow.
Radio 1 is geared a little bit towards the kids, but not
Yes.
enough. They try, but
Especially
they always seem to be trying.
in
You know,
black
they're never succeeding, just trying.
in black
Black
music,
music
they are still into Tamla Motown being
Right.
the greatest thing that God ever
Yes.
created, and that is not exactly where it's at right now. Tamla Motown or Motown is still a fantastic thing. They create a lot of good music and great imagery, and they do a lot of good things. But there are other people and other types of music that is much more progressive than Motown, and they don't, in a sense, exploit it. Because if you look at the English charts, you know, either Diana Ross, the Jackson 5, or maybe a few Philadelphia acts, and a few other people may be in the charts, but the ones that become number one are songs that were released in 1962, 63, 64, 65. And those are old hat black songs. And what we're trying to do is introduce a totally new consciousness as far as being aware of what's happening socially, politically, and, you know, love-wise in music. And to me, that's sort of lessening the minds of the black people who live in the United Kingdom.
Do you think you'll get through?
I
hope
think
so.
Well, I'm positive
That's my
about it
purpose.
myself.
Have you heard our album?
No, I haven't
Okay,
yet.
so therefore you're probably saying, well, what in the world is political about
What are you
Lady
talking
Ann?
about?
The thing is, we have a whole political show when we perform. It's not whole political. It's some love in it, but the basic thing that we're trying to get across to is a revolution and things like that that can educate the kids. And we could just sing about what's going on around them, because sometimes they don't look out and see it. And if they see an entertainer, that entertainer usually sings about getting down and doing the funky penguin or the boogaloo or the bump or whatever. So we're not singing about the boogaloo and bump. We're singing about the revolution, and we're singing about things that could hurt you. So it's like the kids, if they come to our concert and see this, 3 of them might go home out of 1,000 and tell 3 more that LaBelle are singing about the revolution and Nixon. And wow, I didn't know they were doing that. Speaking of Nixon, I didn't know they were getting ready to have an inflation. I didn't know that was getting ready to happen. things like that. They don't know, you know, because they look at an entertainer, and all the entertainers usually give them is something to dance to.
No, but I mean,
and our music can be danced to, but it should be listened to first.
For instance,
You know, listen to it or whatever way you want to.
Remember-
You see,
the number one song in Europe that is a black song is
Kung Fu Fighting, and that's
Okay?
that's what the kids are going to go out and do. The little babies that just left the
Right.
dressing room, they did the Kung Fu for us. Karate each other,
Rather than,
and instead of listening to Revolution.
you know,
You know,
or
now
a
when
Stevie
okay,
Wonder song,
and when Lady Marmalade hits the top of the charts, they'll say, Lady Marmalade, well, wow, that's about a hooker. Okay, it is about a hooker, but LaBelle, that just happened to be the song that they picked from our album for number one. It was a fun song. We did it out of fun. I'm glad it's a hit because that'll give us access to get on the stage and do the other things, and it'll bring us in a different audience to see what LaBelle, Lady Marmalade are about, because they'll probably think that's all we'll do. So when they get there to listen to Marmalade, they'll hear some other stuff that'll probably knock the hell out of them, because they don't expect women, especially us, after singing Lady Marmalade, they probably think that that's all we're about, but it's a whole other thing. So that's that's what our music is about. And so when Nona was saying that, I knew you were probably wondering, well, what revolutionary songs, because you haven't heard our albums. And if you get our albums, you will hear where we're coming from. And if you see our concert when we come to London or Sunday here at The Hague in Holland, or wherever you can come to while we're in Europe, if you could see our concert, you could really see what LaBelle are really about, because it's not Lady Marmalade.
a lot of people,
We're not about that.
you know, they look at the
So you must see,
costuming,
you know.
you know,
And that's what it's...
and they look at the record, the single that they've heard, and that's all they see. You know, but unless you come
Because
to,
that's all they have
Yeah.
to see and hear.
unless you come to a concert and find out that we are actually women fighting for a cause, and that cause is people, all people.
Do you think
Yeah.
that's possible to do?
What's that?
You mean being
Be political.
Oh,
in,
yes.
in pop
Okay,
music.
but
we've done it.
we've been doing it. We've been
done
doing
it.
it with no money, like in the past, okay? Because we're very strong on what we feel. So when we would go on TV shows and try to sing the Revolution, they said you can't sing it. So we didn't sing it. We really didn't do the show. It's, you know, it gets to that point. You don't do it unless you feel it. Now with Lady Marmalade, as I said, as an accident hit, which I am so glad about, they will take this accident and come and see this group perform this particular song, and then they will see what we are doing. This will give us, like, with this song, we can get across what we really want to get across. Before, it was kind of hard. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It was very hard before, because they hadn't heard about LaBelle. We didn't have a hit record.
Okay.
So now with this, it's a boat to ride on
In a sense, to get up
and
and
get
get
that message across.
people who have paid equivalent of $6, $7 on average, who've gotten dressed up to come out and see a show, and to get up in front of them and sing a song about how people hate each other because of their color, or because of their religion, because of where they live, because of how they dress, because of how they like sex, because of how their hair is a different color, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to pay to go see that because they know that inside they've done it. They feel guilty. But if you do a Lady Marmalade for them, and they say, oh, I'm going to go hear this song, and they get inside the place once they paid their money, and they hear you telling them this about themselves, that you to really get yourself together, because that's not how it is. And they turn around and look at other people sitting next to them. You know, and it's the same person that they might not even speak to, want to walk down the street with, live in the same block with, or even spit at. And they're all having a good time together.
Is there a place in pop music for the truth?
Oh, there's a place. There's a place.
Because we haven't had it so far. Not really.
But you can
Bob
do
Dylan's
it.
made little
Yeah.
excursions in now and again, but we've
But
never
you can
really had
do
the
it.
truth.
You know,
It's a fantasy world.
no, you know why? The thing is because it's the industry and it's a business. And the business end of it strips the truth from it because they can cover it up and put a lot of things on it, like the costumes. They put ads out and put things out saying that it's not really what you think it is. It's something else, you know. But you can't deny the truth when you see it and when you hear it. And that's what we're trying to tell you people. You have to come and see it and feel it if you really want to know what we're about.
The problem is, though, that pop music all along has been moon, tunes, and honeymoon. And now you're coming along with something that really is radically different.
Radically right.
Can you, be that as it may, you
People
know,
have.
but will they accept it in such a big way that
People have.
It's been accepted in America
you
like
have
crazy.
examples. You
In
have-
America.
I mean, over
Yeah.
over the centuries, you've had Adrian Navarre, you've had Enough You know, not you've had
Joseph Stalin.
no, but you've had people who were for the basic things that are needed for human existence, rather than the capitalistic, aspirations, And so you can have it if you really want it. You have to want it to have it. And that's what we are trying to give to people. And then we're receiving, It's not that we're losing anything.
It's been accepted every place we've been. Now we have to try it out here. Sunday will be our first trial show in Europe. Because in America, the people are standing up through the whole show because they have been dying to hear this, and nobody's ever told them. At least no other women, female, rock, black groups has told them this. Gil Scott Heron told. It's been told by different people, but we're the first women to tell them. Yeah. Gil Scott Heron has told them. Nikki Giovanni has told them. Bob Dylan has told them. People have told them in song, but we're the first black females. That's why I'm saying we have to try it out over here. Yeah, because people, they won't expect it from us. Black females singing that. So in America, the people, they eat it up because it's surprising to most of them. And like Nona said, when the people leave there, they're hugging and they're leaving on a song that we're singing called People Want Truth or Nothing at All. And if they can't get that, you can't give them nothing. And it's as simple as that. And they leave there all together. Freaks, whites, blacks, pinks, greens, Chinese, the doctors, and the drag queens. All of them are hugged up there together as one people, because that's what we're singing for, one people, as one. When they get into that house of ours, because it's ours when we're there, they leave as one. And it's a third world audience that we have usually, but they all, it ends up as one. It's one. Our music is universal. And it's for every people, everyone. And they can feel it, and it's true. I think if it was bullshit, they wouldn't believe it. But it's true, and people believe and feel the truth. And that's all. Well, we've been doing the truth for 14 years with no money.
We're just saying,
so it gotta be true. We're gonna stick at it for 14 years.
Right. We're saying, a lot of people they can't come out and say what we have to say about songs. So there we are saying it, and there's a couple thousand people sitting there. They'll go away and say, what about this? And the next thing you know, they're spreading what they've heard. And as for love songs, a lot of women feel that they feel that they can't tell a man, you turn me on, or I come like a pouring rain every time you call my name.
Yeah.
So like a girl told Nona she had her first real orgasm when she heard that song. And it's just good that we can say things to people and to them, and they can understand and respect it. And it sinks in. They take it all in.
Musically, people tend to be less inquisitive than we are any other time.
True.
Because music affects the soul. It's part of this, part of the universe. So, I don't care what kind of music it is. Country, classical, rock, anything. It affects you in some way, or different people in some way. And what we do, type of music we do, is a mixture of all of the music through the ages. And that's why there is no name to it. It's not rock, it's not pop, it's not country, it's not jazz, it's not classical. You can sit and listen and hear tonal quality of all of this type of music in one song.
Does the whole thing go back to religion?
Oh yeah.
It's all based on religion.
Not
feeling.
Not religion in the sense of religion as we are taught what
No.
religion is, but feeling inside what you feel. Feeling. That's where it comes from. That's what it's based on. All of our music is based on that. I wouldn't say religion.
Well, there are two kinds of feelings. You have the communist feeling
No.
for equality, and then you have the Christian
No,
feeling.
but the feeling that you feel.
The feeling that we feel
when
is
you
love.
feel, yes,
It's a
you
love
feel good
feeling,
inside
and you
yourself.
feel that you want to help other people, every
Yes,
people.
yes.
That's what it is. It's a spiritual good.
You know how when you give to somebody and you
Not a
really,
communist
really feel
feeling.
good about
Yeah.
giving to them,
Yeah.
and you receiving something because you're feeling good about it, and because you're giving to that person doesn't make them any less or make you any less worthy.
Because they're giving you.
Because yes,
They're giving you.
giving and receiving,
giving
and
and
just
taking.
keep
Yeah.
going around.
It's giving
and
and taking, and giving and taking.
So it's a feeling, I'm giving to you this feeling, and you get into me, and it's just going right around and around in circles until it builds up, and we become one.
Sounds like a great idea.
That's a great
idea.
feeling.
That's the way it is.
That's the
It's
truth.
a great feeling.
So, what is the title of the album then? As we can see?
Nightbirds, Pressure Cooking, Moon Shadow, and LaBelle. Listen to all of them. Now, the Nightbird album is on
That's the
Epic.
new one.
Yes.
Yeah.
The other one's on Warner Brothers and RCA, but listen to them if you can. I mean, because the message is in all of them, and more strongly in the 3 before Nightbird than Nightbird. So listen to all of them. Okay?
You've got to find them.
Well,
Difficult to
it's
get.
hard for us to get the ones from RCA and Warner.
Because when you get here,
It's very difficult to get records. in
If you
German.
give us an
But that's
address,
another
we can
thing.
try and get them to send it to you.
like,
Really?
Epic,
Nice.
you know, but like Epic and CBS and Snack have done more for us in the sense that they accept us, you know, the way we are, and they accept our music the way we want to perform it, rather than the other companies. They thought that we should be like what was supposed to be the girls' group.
That's a pretty, that's a pretty great one.
Well,
You should
whatever.
be like that.
Just anything, we should be like that, rather than, you know, coming out and saying what you feel, what you think within your music. Epic said,
We like it for what you
you're going somewhere, and I mean, it could be business.
The thing
You know,
is,
investors, but
we
they accepted
recorded it for all the labels that we've been with. The difference is in Epic and RCA and Warner Brothers. Epic has promoted what we did. RCA and Warner Brothers smothered and wasted our fucking time and our material. Now that was the thing, and it was more wasted on those albums than we've done on the Nightbird album. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It was all so good and all so wasted because we can't do it for another 5 years. You can't record another song until 5 years, you see? And the whole thing is, it was all done there and the feeling was there, you see? And they just took that away. They let us do it and then they smothered us, and I could kill them for that. And then
The ones in control, I think, you know, they were the people that we're talking about as far as the system is concerned, you know? They were afraid of change, and I know we scared them.
We scared the devil.
You know, they didn't know what to do with us. But instead of saying, I cannot do anything for you, they just let us die. You know what I mean? Our music just they didn't promote it, didn't go anyplace. Only people who really knew about us and who've been following us, people who really have our music, you know?
Yeah, and it's just, like you think, it's ridiculous for me, or for us, to sit in a vacuum and see people walking around starving, no place to sleep, unemployment, you know, and all the things that are going on in the world, and say, oh, well, you know, that's not really happening. You know, I've got something to eat, I'm dressed, I'm fine, you know, I've got money. Why should I care about them? And that's what people were trying to do to us, make us something extra special, something not human.
a machine.
You know, and we are
You're a
human.
robot.
I feel, they feel, you feel, you know, and we've got families. We got families that sometimes go to bed hungry, that work all day long and are tired, you know. So how am I going to walk around the street saying, hey, I'm the big star, I got money, I'm riding in this car, and I can have this and I can have that, and my sister is hungry. And when I say my sister, I mean people, or my brother is hungry. I can't do it. And that's what I'm talking about, where our music is sensitive, because we're sensitive in the fact that if we see somebody hungry, we don't see it.
If we have the money. Or we'll just sit
we're
there and starve together.
Together.
Because if we're going to eat, we're going to see that you eat. It can't be that way. We're not made that way. And our latest
but a lot of
single
people
is
want us to
about
do
that. Are you lonely? If you listen to the words, it's exactly that.
That you're
Living
doing
in a
America.
city without a heart. Are you
Here.
lonely? Are you hungry?
Here.
Here. Yeah. It's the next single here.
Ah, 'cause,
Here.
we're
Lady
getting-
Marmalade is now.
We're getting Lady Marmalade again now.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
after that, you'll get lonely. And lonely is really what's happening.
Is it the same kind of, has it got the same kind of feel musically?
As Lady M,
Yeah.
yes.
It's very funky and...
Yes,
Yeah.
it's very funky, but it's
Sounds
telling you
cool.
the truth. It's not about a hooker. This is about a hungry
Are
person.
you lonely?
It could be a hungry hooker.
Are you lonely living in the city?
Yeah, it could
without
be a
heart?
hungry one.
Right.
So it's about people. Lady M is a person.
Do you really understand what we're trying to say?
Yes, I do.
I know he
fully.
does. I can
Fully.
tell he does.
Is it one of
Yeah.
your songs, Mona?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can I come to that in a second?
Mhm.
Just something which is not really to do with your song
Okay.
or your act, possibly.
Anything.
The Wear Something Silver
Mm-hmm.
campaign. What is that all about? Or is it just publicity?
No, that's
It's
not publicity.
In a sense, it is publicity because a lot of people don't. Unless they see something shiny, they won't go near it. You know. But if you get somebody who sees something shiny and they walk up to it, and then you got their mind, and then you give them something else. And so we came up with the idea of saying, wear something silver so that, and also they dress like us, they look like us, they become a part of us.
And we feel like that.
And we feel like that.
Because we're all looking alike.
So once we've got their bodies and their minds, you
Yeah.
know, we can give them something.
It's some kind of mass hypnosis without
Yes.
the hypnosis.
Without them really knowing.
Now they know it.
A lot of people still listen to this and they still want
Is it
it.
working though?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
I'm always joking.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people out in the audience, you know, with
Some of them
silver
don't
faces
know.
and
They
silver
don't
clothes, you know.
know.
And they when they came in the place, they came in dressed to be seen. But once they sit down with all the other people who've done these silver things, and they see us come out in silver, then they're anonymous.
Yeah. And
They're
then
just
that's
a
when
part
they
of what's
become
happening.
one, you know, with all the different, nationalities and all of these. They all become like one thing.
And some of them spray their face silver so you can't tell what color they are
Yeah,
anyway.
right.
So they are as
That's even
one.
better, isn't
It
it?
allows them to dress
Well,
up.
some of them because they have
And
hang-ups.
that's the way they want to
Right.
express
So
themselves.
it's better for them
Yeah.
because they can't see. And if the God forbid, don't take your hands out your pocket because if you spray silver, you might be in trouble. Because some people come there uptight, but they leave there together.
No, but it allows people to dress up also.
When did you start this?
Oh,
the Met.
the Met.
October.
But even before that, the audiences were still leaving as one before even the
Yeah.
silver thing came into it. It wasn't
Yeah.
just the Met, no. The whole feeling started when we started.
Because at Carnegie Hall, this guy came to our
Right.
concert and he met like 9 people, and they're all friends, and it's just growing, and we have more people every time they come to our concert.
And we have a
It's
cult
growing.
following. It's always like the same people and the same, and if it's a bigger place, then they'll bring some of their friends the
And
next
they-
time. And
yeah.
it's always
And the same
Same
people who
people.
came to the Met, they came to Hartford, Connecticut, they came to Washington, D.C., came to
Philadelphia.
Boston, Philadelphia, you know, and some of them are coming to Chicago, they're getting together.
Some are coming to Holland.
Yeah.
So
No, to
it'll be
Paris.
a Where Silver
Paris.
affair
in
application
Europe.
as well.
Yes.
So it is a campaign, really.
It's
Yeah.
not. Well, I wouldn't call it a
You're out to
campaign.
get people. It must be a
Yeah, no,
campaign.
it's
Well,
a
it is.
No,
It is.
I
I
could
think-
in the sense that it says, hey, you can be a part of it too.
Yeah.
That's the campaign.
As long as you're keeping
I just don't like the word
getting people
campaign.
together.
Well, it's,
No,
a, good,
no,
it's
no.
a good
Oh,
kind
it
of
doesn't
campaign.
have-
It's not,
Yeah, I just don't like the word campaign.
Yeah.
That's my hang up.
It's
We all have them, don't we?
Yeah,
We
because
just like I said.
We all have.
It's,
Yeah.
Right?
it's a
Yeah.
come on.
It's a come on, but
It's a come on.
you've put a lot of energy into it,
It's
a
a
lot
good
of time, a lot of interest. Campaign doesn't mean anything bad in
Oh, no,
in England. It
no.
may in
Doesn't
America.
mean anything bad in America. It's just that every time I hear a campaign, it's a political campaign.
Yeah, that's true.
Honest to God, it always has political in front of it. I just have my personal
Politically
fetish
speaking.
against it, that's
And-
all.
and
But
that's-
you could call it campaign, but if it's a campaign, it's a good one because we get a good feeling from the people. But like I said, it was before the silver even came in that we still had the same rapport with the audience, and it was always as one when everybody left. When we went home to the hotel or wherever we were going, and when they went to their homes, we still had a feeling of as one. It was a one people affair at the last note. Now, when it started, it might have been about 25 different families in there. Because everybody was in a different head. And like a lot of people were uptight because you might have come in there and sat next to that drag queen who had a silver face and hadn't your face been painted silver and his face hadn't been painted silver, you probably would have thought that you were the same color. But like I said, if his hand showed and they were black, you know, you might have left there, hostile hat, and this feeling grew as the show, went on. And this feeling grows, and like I said, when they leave as one person.
You might have
And the drag queen might go on with you. I mean,
Oh, no.
I'm only saying.
It doesn't matter. You see,
No, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I can say the school teacher might go home with the drag queen then.
Yeah,
Okay?
But,
Or the little black kid might go home with the white kid.
but see, as long
Or
as
the
they
Indian
have,
might go home with the Jewish one.
as long as they have
or
one
anything,
thing in
yeah.
mind.
Suddenly I don't like this idea. You
No,
want me
but
to go
you know what?
ahead
I don't want you to go home with a drag queen.
purpose is-
No.
The main reason behind that is you
Yeah.
can become his friend, but you're all going to fight for the same thing.
Yeah.
And that doesn't matter who you go home with, as long as you want to get in there and do what's right.
It's,
You know?
because it
I
doesn't,
understand.
I know you do.
Yeah,
I know you
yeah.
pull my foot.
because, I mean, people are people,
No matter what you put on or take
Because
off.
you're born and you're going to die.
No what you're endowed with.
So I don't care what you are, what you do, who you think you are, or what you're going to be. I know you're just like me.
I know I'm Shakespeare. I don't care who you...
That's right, you
Right?
are Shakespeare.
If you feel,
You know, and that. But the thing is,
Dead. I've been dead for 200
No.
years.
no.
But if you,
But
can come
you're-
to the,
but
if you
you're-
can come to the concert, you can really see
Yeah.
what we are. Because, like I said, Lady M's cannot tell you what we are.
because all people,
so you have
all
to come
people
and see it
should really
if
feel
you
the
can
same.
see it in London.
I think I will. I'll try and get
You
my
think
friends.
you better?
Well,
You owe
I'm
it to
supposed
yourself.
to be working on Sunday
Oh,
for the
well,
airport.
Yeah.
What about here?
Um,
No. This
Go-
Sunday
go
coming?
AWL.
Is this Sunday coming? Is at the Hague in
At
Holland?
the Hague, yes. We're nearer to the
Can you
Hague
come
than
to
we are.
London?
That's a bit more difficult.
Well, try to come to the Hague.
Yeah.
Whatever you can do.
Trying to-
If you can't, you'll read
AWL.
about it.
You in the, are you in the service?
Oh, yes, very much so.
Oh,
I'm
well-
up to there.
We'll go AWL.
And we got 6 yes.
And he'll be SOL.
That's the wrong kind of revolution.
Oh, okay.
I have total control over this tape. Nobody
Okay.
nobody
Oh.
hears it
Well, if you
until I
can
finish
come,
with it.
come.
I will do. Getting back to the stage act now again.
Okay.
Who does the choreography?
Nobody does.
That's what
because
we
there
do.
is none.
We all do. We do. We feel.
There's no choreography.
You work nothing out at all.
Freedom.
Only
Waste
thing
of
we
time.
possibly- only thing that we worked out is the staging of the show that we'll do here.
Yeah, I was thinking in terms of television, where you're working in a more confined space. Isn't it important to have
Choreography?
choreography
Oh,
for
no,
television?
never. It's bad.
I did, yes.
Because, for one thing, she doesn't do anything movement the same. She doesn't do any song the same. Everybody.
Sure, but you're constantly
When we
into
had
weaving.
choreography,
Oh,
we didn't
that's
have
the way we
choreography.
were.
We're just
But that's the way we work. Just like we're talking to you now.
Yeah.
That's how we are.
Right.
So it's all spontaneous.
Spontaneous.
Suddenly
look.
somebody
If you have to
decides
be
they're
taught
going to move.
something to do, it ain't, if you're gonna do it for me, I don't want to see you, because you were taught that. You don't feel a piece of it. It's
Yeah.
nothing but a mechanic, and you're a button being pushed, and that robot will move the way it was taught to move. If you can't do it from here, wherever the soul is, you can't do it for me. I don't want to see you. So therefore, we feel as though that's the way that people might feel about us. They don't want to see nothing that's staged.
The way we
Feel
are
it, and
right
if you
now.
feel like streaking, streak. Not that we will.
No.
Not that I will, because I don't think I'll ever get that feeling. I know what kind of feelings I'll get, But if whatever you feel, you just do it once you get out there.
Yeah.
If we end up in the audience, we end up in the street, anywhere. I mean, it's no telling. The only thing that, is staged, only thing that we know we're going to do when we get up there is sing. we know we're going to sing. But we don't really know how long or nothing, really. We have like a limit to get out of the theater or something, but sometimes they pull plugs on us. Yeah, so nothing's staged and nothing's timed.
Well, your spontaneity is very convincing. It does look as though you've worked out in advance. That, after the first verse, Nona will move over to the left while you move into the center, this kind of thing.
I might
No,
move
no.
out to the back of the audience or move up on the rafters if I feel like it.
I don't think it's healthy.
It's just going to how we
It's
feel.
a very long microphone.
I might
Lee.
move on Pat's shoulders.
So you don't know.
We're moving right.
You never can tell. What time is it?
Okay, 6:45.
Well, when can we get some
Okay,
tea?
almost up to the death end.
It's been delightful.
I
Really.
said
we
we
didn't get
were
on.
talk you crazy.
We didn't get onto your songwriting actually. Nona. That's pathetic.
Oh, well, it's all right. We can get another time.
I'll try and catch you.
What is this going to be for?
For radio.
Where and when?
You